The Nexus Military Academy had trained the galaxy's finest warriors for 3 millennia. Built into an asteroid between 6 star systems, it was neutral ground where every spacefaring species sent their best candidates. Until today, no human had ever walked its halls. Cadet Thomas Park stood in the assembly hall, painfully aware of the 1,000 alien eyes studying him. At 6 feet tall, he was dwarfed by the Vraxians, yet towered over the Zalathi. His single pair of arms seemed inadequate compared to the Corthans' 4. His unarmored skin looked fragile next to the Thelian's natural carapace. "Welcome, Cadet Park," Academy Commander Zirian announced, his voice resonating through crystalline vocal cords. "You are Earth's first representative. The Academy's tests have broken many candidates from established warrior species. Are you certain you wish to proceed?" "Yes, sir," Thomas replied simply. The whispers started immediately. The translator in his ear caught fragments. "Soft. Weak. Political appointment. Won't last a week." First came the gravity chamber. Each species trained at their homeworld's level. The Vraxians boasted about their 3G training. The Solonians managed 0.4G. Thomas requested 1G Earth standard, drawing snickers from the crowd. "Begin endurance test," the instructor commanded. "Last as long as you can." The heavy worlders dropped after 3 hours, their massive frames exhausted. The light worlders fared better but started failing at hour 5. Thomas kept running. Hour 8. Hour 10. At hour 12, the instructor stopped him. "How?" demanded Krextar, a Vraxian cadet. "You're not even enhanced." Thomas wiped sweat from his forehead. "Humans are persistence hunters. Our ancestors would chase prey for days. We evolved to exhaust anything we hunted." Next came combat training. The instructor, a battle-scarred Corthan, paired Thomas against a Prelian, a species known for their speed. The mantis-like alien moved in blurs, striking from every angle. Thomas took hit after hit, bruising badly but never falling. He waited, watched, learned the pattern. Then, when the Prelian committed to a strike, Thomas grabbed him mid-movement and applied a chokehold. "Impossible!" the Prelian gasped after tapping out. "You're too slow to catch me." "I don't need to be fast," Thomas explained. "I just need to know where you'll be." The academic classes revealed another surprise. While many species excelled in specific areas, the Axiom at mathematics, the Yenti at philosophy, Thomas proved competent in everything. Not the best, but never the worst. His professors were baffled by his approach to problems. "Your tactical solution makes no sense," Professor Vax complained, reviewing Thomas's assignment. "You deliberately destroyed your own supply depot to deny it to the enemy. You sacrificed 1/3 of your forces to win. It's called a Pyrrhic victory, sir. Sometimes the cost of winning is worth paying if it prevents a greater loss later." "Madness," Vax muttered, but marked the assignment as passed. The survival course was held on a hostile moon. Toxic atmosphere, extreme temperature swings, predatory wildlife. Cadets were given environment suits and a week's supplies. Most species built shelters and waited for extraction. Thomas disappeared into the wilderness. They found him 3 days later, having made tools from rocks, trapped local animals for food, and somehow turned toxic plants into medicine for a wounded Thelian cadet he'd encountered. "Your suit?" the instructor asked, noting Thomas wasn't wearing it. "Traded it to some local silicon-based creatures for information about water sources. The atmosphere isn't that toxic if you breathe through cloth filters." He'd made a mask from his uniform. "You befriended the wildlife?" "Humans pack bond with anything, sir. Those creatures just wanted help removing parasites. Once I helped them, they helped me." The psychological resilience test was meant to break minds. Each candidate faced their species' worst fears in simulation. Thomas was in there for 6 hours, longer than anyone. When he emerged, he was shaking but intact. "What did you see?" a fellow cadet asked. Thomas's eyes were distant. "Everyone I cared about dying, unable to save them." He paused. "But humans are used to that fear. We live short lives on a dangerous world. We've always known loss. The trick is to keep going anyway." Finals week arrived. The leadership test. Command a mixed-species crew through a simulated crisis. Most candidates struggled to coordinate different species requirements. Thomas did something unexpected. He learned. He memorized every species' optimal temperature, gravity preference, communication style, and dietary needs. He assigned roles based on strength, not tradition. When the simulation threw a no-win scenario at them, enemy fleet outnumbering them 50-1, every other candidate's crew surrendered or died gloriously. Thomas's crew survived. How? Commander Zirian demanded. I cheated, Thomas admitted. I hacked the simulation and sent false sensor data to the enemy fleet, making them fight each other. Then we ran. That's against regulations. With respect, sir, in real combat, there are no rules except survival. At graduation, Thomas Park stood neither first nor last in rankings. He was remarkably perfectly average. But every species wanted him on their crews. Not because he was the strongest, fastest, or smartest, but because humans, it turned out, were adaptable. And in a galaxy of specialists, a generalist who could think outside every box was the most dangerous graduate the Academy had ever produced.